So, when you think about superheroes, you assume it's all fiction, right?
Wrong.
In reality, when Marvel makes their movies, they actually consult with several physicists.
One physicist is Dr. Clifford V. Johnson, a professor of physics at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. He has worked on such movies as Avengers Infinity War and Thor Ragnarok. He explains what he does best when he says, "I study how our existing universe works, and my job is to study those rules so I can help the creators build a different universe with its own rules, where all your crazy stuff can happen."
One example is in the 2016 movie Doctor Strange. In this movie, Dr. Stephen Strange discovers he has the ability to use magic. His magic may seem impossible, but in reality, physicists have discovered ways that light can move objects and even be wielded as a solid mass.
It was long thought that light only moved as a wave. However, this changed with the discovery of a photon, proving that light can actually act as a particle. Light has momentum, giving it the ability to move objects in two ways.
One way is that the momentum of photons, or light particles, can quite literally move objects, which has occurred with things like solar sails in space.
Another way is through the photophoresis effect, where light heats the particles on one side of an atom, causing them to get excited, moving faster and bouncing off that side of the atom, causing it to move.
Strange also uses crystallized light to create shields. The photons get tangled with atoms in the air so intensely that the photons take on the properties of an atom, essentially becoming solidified light.
Next, we look at the powers of Black Panther, specifically in his suit made from the fictional metal vibranium.
Strike it.
Anyway.
Not that hard, genius!
You told me to strike it. You didn't say how hard.
I invite you to my lab, and you just kick things around.
Well, maybe you should make it a little stronger. Hey, wait a minute.
The nanites absorb the kinetic energy and hold it in place for redistribution.
Very nice.
Strike it again in the same spot.
You're recording.
For research purposes.
Delete that footage.
Black Panther's suit is made up of billions of tiny vibranium springs. These springs store kinetic energy in the form of elastic potential energy.
The energy is stored and then released into T'Challa's command, producing shockwaves of energy that give him the ability to do things like flip cars, deflect bullets, and stop grenades.
Dr. Johnson summed up his work by saying, "I see physics as storytelling. To some extent, all of physics is. Not just in communicating the idea, but the whole business of finding out why a thing is the way it is, and how the thing gets to be the way it is. And while the average person can't do things like withstand being shot, or shrink, with the help of advanced science, in the future, we may be able to do a lot more than we once thought was possible. And while not all of Marvel lives up to reality, much of it does. But hey, I guess that's why it's called science fiction.